boys and girls, it's Miss Lisa, the art teacher. Welcome back to my table of art. Well, spring is officially here, and with spring comes some special and traditional types of crafts and things that people do. One of the special traditional things that the Ukrainian people do is they design these magical art form of Pysanky eggs. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're beautifully decorated. Easter eggs. And what happens is the Ukrainian people, they take eggs, all kinds of eggs. Could be chicken eggs, ostrich eggs, duck eggs. And they suck out the bottom. They put a little hole in the egg and they suck out the insides of the eggs. And then they decorate them. And this technique that they do, they use all kinds of images from nature, like plants and herbs and animals and insects, and they put them on these eggs. Now remember, these eggs are not big. It's only a small little egg, unless it's a duck egg, and that's pretty big. But still, it's a small canvas to be working on. And this art form dates back hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And these decorated eggs with all their symbols are said to be a early form of writing, sort of like the caves where the cavemen had their writings on the inside of the caves, how they hunted, gathered, all that is an early form of writing as well. So what happens is they decorate these eggs around the springtime, and they worship the sun because they believe the sun was a symbol of life. It was life of everything because it was the source of life. It helped the plants grow. It gave us health on our face. I guess they believe that was part of their well-being because it is vitamin D when you sit in the sun. The eggs were seen as like a rebirth of all the earth, and they thought these eggs to be magical. They protected them from their homes, from lightning, from fires, and even bad spirits. So they were given to family, priest, and placed on graves, and they were used around celebration of life and death and other important events. Each family member had its own way of decorating the eggs, sort of like everybody in a different nationality has their special recipes in the kitchen. Well, they had their special way of decorating the eggs. It was such a secret that these eggs were only made at night when the kids were sleeping, because you know how kids could say things that they shouldn't say or give away secrets that they shouldn't give away. So they were only decorated secretly at night. They were just so magical, these eggs, Pysanky eggs. So what we're going to do today is I want to have you decorate your own Pysanky eggs, and I'm giving you each a sheet with some symbols on them. Okay, here's all our natural symbols, like I was talking about, how they used on their eggs. So we have like the sun and a bird and the reindeer, fish, and we have some insects. And then we have some really nice combinations of lines and shapes. So this is going to be for you as a guide. You could create any other symbols you want, but this is going to help you. Also, I'm going to be giving you 2 eggs. One is kind of like a beginner egg. It's divided in 4 sections. And if you look up here, I have A and A totally diagonal from each other. And B and B, the sections are diagonal from each other, across from each other. Diagonal! So anyway, whatever you put in this section, I want you to put in this section. This is how they did their designs. They repeated these patterns. But if you're really ambitious, look at this egg. Look at all the sections. It would still be the same concept if you decorated this section, go directly diagonal from it, and you would decorate this section. And I have the ABCs right up here, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, to help you know which ones get which designs. So you keep it uniform, and you keep repeating. So it's a pattern, right? Patterns repeat. So if you're really ambitious, you've got this one. But if you feel more comfortable, we have this egg. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to tell you what we're going to need. Because the way these Pysanky eggs, the way these eggs were made is they would first decorate the eggs with like a grid. They would draw a grid, sort of like you just saw, and then they would go over it with this machine. Back then, I know it's called a Kiska. A Kiska. I'm going to show it to you. Well, I don't know if I can. It sort of looks like a stick with a point on it, and it's almost like a straw. And inside this like straw-like thing, they have a little funnel, and they put beeswax in it. And the beeswax glides over the grid that they just drew on the egg, sort of like I just showed you the division of all the sections of the egg. And what do you think the beeswax does? When they dye the eggs with color, it resists where the beeswax is. So, what do you think we're going to use? Because we don't have beeswax. We have what? We have something similar to it. Not quite a beeswax. We've got crayon wax, because this has a waxy substance to it. And all that time we've done crayon resist. It's the same principle as the beeswax. So we're going to use that to draw our designs, our symbols, our lines, our shapes within the grid of the egg. So I'm going to bring it down to my desk so you could watch me work. But you need to gather your materials. You're definitely going to need these crayons. You're going to need a cup of water, paintbrush, and what else? We're going to need our watercolors to work with crayon resist. So I'll see you in a second down at my desk, okay? Okay, so I'm going to start with the less challenging egg because I would like to just do something basic with you as opposed to that multi-grid egg, which that's kind of challenging, but if you feel ambitious, you go for it. I'm going to start with the one with 4 sections. And I have my designs right next to me so I can follow that. I'm going to start with a crayon, and I think I'm going to choose this pretty, what is this pretty color? This is a Wisteria. Ah, Wisteria is the color of this. I like that. And I want to start with one of these symbols here in symbol 1. And I think I'm going to start with the growth, which is the sun. So I'm going to put that right in the middle of this one section here. And I'm going to copy that design, which is made up of a circle in the center and then these curvy lines extending from that circle. And I used a light crayon, so I might have to bring this closer for you to see. Can you see that? So I put that right in the center of my section. So next, I'm going to pick a different crayon, and I'm going to stay within this section. And I'm going to pick something maybe from the Design 1 section with all different lines. And I think I kind of like this. No, I like this one. I like this curvy line. So I'm going to bring that curvy line across my egg. It's just a curvy line and another curvy line. It's a double curvy line. So whatever I'm putting here, I'm going to repeat here. But you have to realize that even though it's diagonal, this is now upside down. So whatever is right down here on this line will be on this side of this egg. So watch what I do. I'm doing this curvy line following the same as here, which means I need to come back and put this symbol in here. I think it's best if we do the sections, each symbol in both sections at a time instead of coming back to it. So if I do the sun first, which this resembles a sun, I'm going to do it in both sections before I move on to my curvy lines. So maybe I'll go to design row number 2 and I'll pick a new color. And I'm going to make, which one? Oh, I like this. Oh, I like that too. I think I might use, oh, I like that one, 3. I think I'm going to go with, I like this one. I'm going to do this zigzag line, and I'm going to make it come down the side, zigzag, 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 zig, oops, zigzag, zigzag, zig. And it stops right at my double curve. And I'm going to repeat it over on the other side. And there's these little dots in between, and I'm going to put them in now. And remember, when you're using your crayon, it's important if you press hard. want you to think of something else. This is a guide. You don't even have to use this. You could create your own designs. That would be marvelous. I'm going to go on third design column and I'm going to choose another pattern. This one looks good. It's like scalloped. I'm going to scallop the edge of my egg, and which means I got to go back and do it on the other side because they're the same. There you go. Look at this. Look how nice they look. They're both the same. I have the same thing here as I do there. I think I could add more. What do you think? How about I grab a nice, I think this is a nice pink color. I hope it is. And I think I might add something else. Maybe I'll just add little dots underneath this here. It's not in the picture, but I'm going to create something on my own. I'm adding these dots, which means I have to go back and add them over here. I got to do the same. This is B, this is B, so they need to be the same. You know what else I could do? I could pick another color and I could do something inside the sun or maybe around it. I keep calling it the sun because it does resemble a sun. Or I could make just some lines coming out of here and some going in this way. Yeah, I kind of like that. You know what? That fills this space. I feel better now. I like, uh-oh, I think I made a mistake. Ooh, that was supposed to come in this direction. See? Gotta be careful. Even I make mistakes, but you know what? It's not a terrible mistake because I could just fix it by doing the same on this side. What do you think of that for a quick fix? How cool does that look? I think that looks really beautiful. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one last thing I think will really finish this off. I think if I put something on this side of this curvy line and in the middle of it. Yeah, that made it fuller. I like to fill the space. I like color everywhere. Look at that. That looks pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to start my A sections. So I'm going to empty out some of my crayons so I can get to all these colors because I don't like them in this box. I don't get to see them all. Oh, this is a pretty turquoise. I think I'm going to start with this one. And I think I might start with, I like the bumblebee. And that's sort of like a pointy oval or an almond. And I'm going to put it on both sides. This one's going to have these wings coming out that way. And I'm going to turn my paper upside down and have the wings coming in the opposite direction on this bee. Here's the head on this one. And here's the head on that one. Antennas, antennas. And we've got some stripes in the body that curve. And I think I've done it. And he represents hard work. This is hard work, but fun. Now I'm going to add some of these designs that are on my grid here. I think I like this one. This looks really pretty. Sort of looks like waves, but they're not. But I like the edge. I like putting it on the edge. It makes it look really pretty. It's these swirling lines. Kind of like repeats the swirling lines on the other section. Oh, that looks pretty. Yes, I like it. I do like it. Let's add some purple. And that I can't draw that one. I think I'll make this go straight. And I'll add these little leaf-like shapes to that straight line. Don't they look like somewhat of a leaf? Okay, so if that's there, then this has to be here. I like it. I like it. What about you? Looking good. What else can we add to this? Let's look at our lines. I could even add another shape if I want to. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab this reddish color. I'm going to make one of these flowers because I like those. And what's better to go with a bee than a flower, right? So that's going to go towards the thicker part, and it's going to be right here on this side. We'll put the center of our flower here, and they have a stem, and the stem is going to go outward with one leaf. Outward with one leaf. Okay, that's looking the same. I like it. I like it. Let's see, what's next? Next we're going to add, how about revival? That's interesting. Oh, I like this. Straight line with dots. I'm going to curve this right around. Look at that. And then I'm going to add these dots. But I'm not going to switch the color. I'm going to keep this color. And I like this. These Pisanki eggs are fun. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I hope you're enjoying this. Take your time and enjoy. Enjoy this process because it is really interesting. And then I think I'm going to take this green-yellow crayon and maybe add just something right here. The other flower. Yes. I like that. Perfect. Now I'm happy. Everything's full and beautiful. So what's our next step? Well, now we add the watercolor. And this part you can do any way you want. If you want to color the entire section one color, if you want to color each individual symbol inside the section a different color, that's entirely up to you. So I'm going to put this away and I'm going to start my painting. First thing I need to do is I need to wake up my watercolors. And I'm going to wake up the red. Wake up, Mr. Red! And I put him on the side here. Remember, this plastic lid that you all have is your paint palette. This is where you mix your colors. I had to turn that phone off, sorry. You mix your colors here, and if you want pink, mix a little purple with your red. That's how you get a nice pink. Let's see if that worked. Where can I put some pink? Maybe I'll just put some pink right along the side here. And it came out nice. That's a nice pink color. Remember, just a little red and a little purple creates a nice pink. That looks pretty good. And the lighter, the less, if you use water, it makes the pink even lighter. As you can see the difference already between where I first painted it pink and where I'm painting it now. It was much thicker when I first started painting, and now it's a little bit lighter, which I actually like. It gives that nice tint color that they have on the Pisanki eggs. So it was a little bit more water. There we go. Perfect. Look at this, how pretty. It's just a nice hint of pink. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to add more colors. Maybe a little yellow where my bee is, because bees are yellow. And it's just going to go right over the crayon. The crayon will resist the water and it'll be just beautiful. Nice, beautiful colors. I'm going to make the flower orange. Why? I don't know. I just like it. So remember, what I do in one section, I should do in the other. But you know what? This is your artistic decision making. So if you choose to make it a different color, by all means, go ahead. Make it a different color. I'm going to paint my little leaves green, because I love color. And there's nothing saying we can't make it as colorful as we want. This is that soft pink that I created. I'm just going over this section here. I need a little bit of this pink. Remember, red and purple makes that pretty pink. Yeah, got a nice strong pink now. I'll put that right on the edge. Pretty. That's pretty. And then I'll spread the rest of it to the rest of the section. Now the paper that you're working on is not very thick, so try not to make it too wet when you're using your watercolors. And when this is all dry and finished, cut out your egg and mount it on a nice strong piece of construction paper. That'll keep it good forever. It gives it a little strength. You can hang it up and it'll be beautiful. Look for nice colors that may match what you've painted on your egg. Some spring-like colors, pretty pastels. I'm going to go back and add a little more color here. Oh, that's pretty. Make it a little darker. It dried very, very light. So I'm going back into my palette and I'm adding some more of this pink. Very pretty. Love this pink. Okay. Let's go into some purple. Love purple. We'll go into these flowers here. Purple, purple, purple is the color. Look at that. Gorgeous. I love color. Really love color. So pretty. Don't be afraid to use your colors, guys. Color is so beautiful. I'm going to do this with some orange and some yellow. Yeah, I'm going to mix the two together. Look at that. How beautiful can it be? Can't ask for anything more beautiful. Get some red in between these stripes. And look at it resist that crayon. Just like the beeswax. Right? Look at that. How pretty. Glides right over, and then the crayon resists the water, and the design pops right through. So pretty, right? Let's wake up our blue, and we'll add some blue down on the edge here. Too much fun. Look at the purple dots popping through. So pretty. So pretty. Remember, you don't have to use the guide. You can create your own lines and your own designs. I actually encourage you to. It'll make it all the more personal that it's yours. I think I'm going to use green over these beautiful yellow lines here. I've got this great zigzag line. Let's just watch that yellow pop through. Look at that. That looks so pretty. Love that. Very nice. So what should we use for the backing of this? I think we should go with yellow, because we'll put some yellow on the edge, and look, it's running in a little bit with the red, which I love. Don't be afraid to let it all bleed together. That's really beautiful too. Watercolors are gorgeous, and the way they blend when they touch each other is so pretty. Not a mistake. It's a beautiful mistake if you think it is a mistake. So I'm making the background here yellow. Oh, these eggs are gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. Beautiful spring colors. We've been in winter for too long. It's time to bring out the beautiful colors of spring and have all the flowers bloom. I know I think they're called daffodils, the first ones that come up before my crocuses and my tulips. I think it's called daffodils. They're all just about ready to erupt. I see little yellow tips coming out this morning. One more thing, I think we'll add some yellow here behind the purple, because those are really beautiful complementary colors. Look how beautiful the yellow and purple are together. We'll do a little bit on this side as well. Oh my goodness, these are absolutely beautiful. I hope you feel the same way. What do you think, boys and girls? Do you like your Pysanky eggs? I love them. I love the symbols. I love the whole concept behind this. And I have enjoyed this. I hope you have too. Remember, when your egg dries, cut it out and place it on a piece of colored construction paper. Maybe something like the yellows or the pinks or blues. Whatever, it's going to be beautiful because you are an artiste. So enjoy the traditional Pysanky decorating of their eggs. And enjoy your spring break. And I'll see you soon. This is Miss Lisa, your art teacher, saying ciao for now from my table of art. Bye, boys and girls.